Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today we're going to be getting into something that I've been wanting for a very long time now, which is a backup camera on the car. So I ordered one on Amazon. I didn't get the Dynavin one. I just wanted to get one that was super OEM looking. I'm going to show you guys how I have that, or how it came in, show you all the packaging on it, and then leave a link down for it down below, because a couple of you guys were asking about it. I guess because I hyped it up that it's super OEM. But we're gonna make this install look like it literally came from the factory. I'll show you guys where to plug it in on the Dynavin, show you guys how I'm running my lines and how I installed it. So I wanna get all of this done because tomorrow we're gonna be in Lake Tahoe. So I have today to basically get it done, pack up and everything like that. So we're under a little bit of a time crunch. Right here we have the Natika. I'm gonna guess that's what it's called. I'm gonna pronounce it that way, but I got this on Amazon, I think $40. And here is the actual camera. It does have some heft to it. I think this is made out of metal. I wanted one that would last and wouldn't just break off over time. It also comes with a few extras like this long cable. Apparently in the reviews people said it could do their truck like almost 2 times. So we'll see if we're actually gonna need all that. Plus I don't know what exact connections we're gonna need, because ours is gonna be a little bit different than most aftermarket head units. It also comes with 3 different spacer pads, so that way you can angle it down as much as you want. Now mine's gonna be pretty low. I'll show you guys where I intend to put it, so we probably won't even need a spacer pad. We'll want it pretty straight out, but we can kind of play with that as we test it. Then a few other wire tap things and some electrical wire or electrical tape, a little pry tool, which is always nice, and then we also have a few zip ties. So trying to make the install nice and clean, and it comes with everything. Right here is the actual camera unit that we're gonna be putting in there, and I'm pretty sure all we'll have to do is drill a hole for that and then put the nut on, so that way it'll line up in there. But this thing has some weight to it. I'm sure you guys can kind of tell as it's dangling. It's not like a little plastic cheap unit. This is like metal casing with painted black. So I'm thinking this will last a long time, but yeah, I guess time will tell. I gotta figure out how it's all gonna install here and how we're gonna mount it, but it should be pretty good. Right here under the license plate, this is kind of what I'm thinking, and having it right here. Oh yeah, you guys got the ice cream truck in the back, so if you want ice cream, go grab some. But we're gonna put it right here. We'll have to see if we have to pop off the bumper or whatnot, but hopefully not, just so that way it's a nice easy install. But I'm gonna try to run it all along here, like my airbag lines and electronics, and hopefully it's nice and easy. Popped it all out pretty easy here. I mean, the included pry tool is actually really nice. It's like thick, high quality. This is actually really nice. But what I want to show you guys is I'm just going to try a rear monitor, plugging that in, and it has the red lined up into it. Doesn't look like I have to tap in anything else maybe. There's that there. We're going to see if that works. I have 0 expectations on that one, but I want to just see if it works. So now that we have the head unit on, we're going to try to poke it back in there so that way we can put it in reverse, see if that comes on. Any camera? Absolutely not. So we're gonna have to do some sleuthing here and figure out what it needs. So that's a big derp for me, because I thought yellow to yellow, right? But it's actually right here on brown. I think it says camera right there, and then right on that is also a red, which is the 12-volt reverse camera trigger. So what I'm gonna do is put it in there and then crimp it down. I think that's all it needs to do, or I'll maybe put a bullet connector on there, I think is what it needs. Or maybe I'll just tap it in right here with one of their supplied ones, just because you won't see it, and that way I can still keep this bullet connector. I don't want to cut it off. So I'm just going to plug those in and cross my fingers. I think that might actually work. I was just thinking yellow to yellow, but actually reading the label is what you need to do. These little taps are so nice and so easy. So I have it, as you can see there, going in. One side is the pull through, which is the one from the head unit. And then we just have it tapped in here. We're going to leave that bullet connector just how it is. And you just put that little spade thing down, and then we'll clamp it down just like that. And it's plugged in brown to yellow. Now let's go ahead and test that out and see if we get into the camera whenever we reverse. Round 2, after a quick look at the diagram. Let's see if this does it. Let it start up. That way we can tell. Also, I did that. I thought I showed you guys that, the startup screen. Reverse. Hey, we are on camera, baby. There we are, upside down. So there we are, there's the camera in my hand. There are you guys right there. We got double lineage happening right now. That apparently this has its own lines and that does too. So we'll have to figure out how to turn off the lines on here, because I like the adjustable lines on there a lot better. Yeah, so that is how you wire it in. The brown to the yellow, and then just T-tap it into that, and then we'll have to run the line all the way through. Probably behind the head unit all the way down here. along this panel, and we'll figure that out. I'm going to go ahead and assume that's going to be the most time consuming because I want to do it nice and clean. I don't want the wire just dangling around. So that's going to be the next step, is doing a very, very clean OEM like install. Then we got to figure out how to mount this and see if we can get to it from the top without having to take off the entire bumper. I read the instructions there, and it says if you want to get rid of the guideline loop, these all do like specific functions, I guess, like flip the camera and stuff. But if you want to get rid of the guideline loop, we'll cut the green one and call it good there. So I'll probably tape it off, but let's go ahead and cut that and get that thing out of here. Sweet, there it is. So there it is. It's the affected lines that we can do in the head unit. Hey, what's up? Here we are, just right there. But yeah, it seems like it's pretty good quality. Should be perfect for me just to know where I'm at in the parking spot and stuff, and just see if someone's behind me or a parking block so I can air out. But yeah, this all looks pretty good. The quality, like I said, looks pretty good. Quick update for you guys while I'm just sweating my face off. But as you could probably see in the background there, I did make some progress. I'll show you what we did. What we did was we did take off the back panel right here on the inside of the trunk, which is very easy. 2 little wing nuts that you can do with your hands, plastic. Just be careful of the light. You have to unplug it. Then you pop that out. And also there's 2 like Christmas tree clips that you just pry out using that included pry tool. Then what I did was at least just do 1 of the taillights. Now the reason why I really wanted to avoid taking off the bumper is, 1, I'm only here by myself. I don't want my bumper to get scratched up and drop it or whatever. But 2, I would then have to remove my mud flaps. I have to unplug those. I have to take it all off, make sure it lines up, unplug everything on the license plate lights. I really did not want to do that. But here's what's cool is I just took off one of my head or tail lights, the 1314 tails, which are these 3 11 millimeter deep sockets that go right here. They're actually these right here. So I took out that tail light, and then if you look, we can just reach around right there and then end up over here, because this is where it's going to line up. So I can at least kind of fish the line through, and even if it takes me an extra 10 minutes just to fish this line, it'll be a lot easier than just the risk of taking off my bumper myself and all that. So I just wanted to avoid that as much as we could. And then let's go ahead and sit down and I'll show you guys what we did. We took off the little plate surround that goes around the license plate lights because we want ours to be right here in the middle. So I'm going to start mocking that up right now. There's these 2 little holes. I'm going to see what I want to do about that. I think the back hole isn't really for holding, it's just for alignment. So I don't know, worst case, I don't know. We'll have to figure out how it's going to line up and everything. But worst case, I might just clip this alignment hole off and use that hole, like drill through it, and then boom, that'll be for my license or my backup camera. So yeah, we'll see if that's what we need to do here. So here it is. We're gonna see if this fits. Hopefully, oh yeah, it goes right in there and has a little bit of space behind. I'm hoping my license plate would still line up underneath there because I do have a license plate frame on. But if not, I guess we're gonna have to drill a hole a little bit closer to it and then move it up, I guess. I don't know. Because I do want to retain that black cover that goes right there, even though you really won't see it, but I do want to retain it as best as we can. I think I am pretty good with that. I might actually angle it down a little bit more, just so that way I could see the actual edge of the diffuser there when I'm parking, because I don't really care what's all that far, like up that far ahead. I mainly just want to see like right here where the edge of the bumper is. Didn't give you guys a quick update here, but here's where we're at. I snipped off that tab using some wire snips here, and then I started drilling a hole through it through the backside, and I don't have a vise, so I got ingenuitive and used my toolbox here, or my little ratchet set. Man, I cannot even speak right now. I used the ratchet set here as like a little workbench, drilled right through it because then I don't have to worry about going through anything, and I'm starting to work my way up. But this hole is just slightly too small, so we're going to go a little bit bigger so that way it'll just thread right through. Just using my little DeWalt here, a couple of drill bits. I 100% recommend you guys use a pilot bit, just real small, start it off, that way you don't start walking, the bit walking, and then you can really dial this place in. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I use for the final size. I'm thinking that'll do it. Keep stepping up if you can. Use maybe a step bit, like a Christmas tree bit. But you can see it goes in there nice and tight. Just got to add our angle pad, and then we'll install it real quick and make sure that that's all working. And I think that part would be pretty much done. It really would not be a normal video from us unless the camera, our big camera, died because of all the heat. So this is what we're looking like here with the panel. I have that wired through. I have the largest wedge, not even stuck on there, just doing a quick test to make sure this is the right one we want. Then we ran the wire up through there, one of the factory holes. So no drilling so far. Gonna go ahead and pop this plate back in. Oh, I guess I have it backwards here. Then we're gonna pop it in and then see if this is the right wedge angle to get that thing pointing down. I mean, this is as far down as a point as we can get. So now we have that snapped in, camera here. We're gonna pull the line and then I'll put on the little washer here, the flare nut, and hopefully that is enough wedge angle to get us pointing more towards the ground. So we'll test that out and then I'll stick it on and yeah, then we'll start to really tuck all the wire and it should be good to go. All right, so there is a look at our OEM looking backup camera. I have the big wedge under there, as you can tell. Hopefully that gets it far enough down. And yeah, let's do a quick test before I really tighten everything up and start running these lines. Go ahead, hop into the rat's nest here. Already have it on. Let's see, in reverse. That works. Perfect. Right there. Just the edge ever so slightly of the diffuser. What I want. So now I just got to probably, straighten it up as I tighten it. Make sure she's absolutely dialed. And then, yeah, we should be good to go. Nice. Finally have a backup camera. It is so hot. Can't wait to have this done. So I'm going to route all these wires super clean. And then try and tighten that up as best we can, straighten her up. But it looks like right here in the center, it's pretty dead even. So I think we actually are pretty dang good in there. And would you look at that? We got the wire right here, pulled all the slack from under here. And then I just used this factory grommet that was sitting there, just cut a little hole into it and pushed it through. Gonna leave a little bit of slack because I'm sure it'll have to line up. Hopefully the taillight goes in there nice and easy. So let's test that out real quick. Absolutely flawless execution. We have it right there, right in front of the license plate. Still kept my Ibushi frame, ran the wire up through there. Didn't have to take off the bumper. My taillight fits in there just perfectly. Still haven't tightened these down with the wrench yet. That grommet is perfect and I thought it was gonna be pinched, but it just pulls right through. So we're gonna make that at least a little bit tighter. Now we're gonna run it all through the carpeting and throughout the car. So I'm gonna work on that next after I tighten down my, my taillights. Also, don't forget to plug them in. So yeah, this is all coming out really well. Just wish it wasn't so freaking hot out here, but we're getting it done all in time for Lake 2.0 so we can enjoy, some Lake Tahoe fun without backing into things. Here's a pro tip though, whenever you run it to the back is make sure you go underneath the seat belt because you could always unbolt it, but I just chose to real quickly just go underneath because I had mine on that side. So I had to redo the back, which we're gonna have to retuck now. By the way, quick tip about the seat, you can just push on the tab around right here, push on the seat and it lifts up. So we're gonna run it underneath the seat, end up taking out the bottom of the seat there. And then you can see it ran right along there. It's that one little black line over here. So that is the line. And then I just tucked it under here because this pulls out the little Christmas tree clip, which will shove back in there. Let's get it lined up here. But now what I'm doing is I'm just slightly tucking it right here, nice and easy all along here. Don't mind it's dirty, I know. So we're just gonna tuck it in super easy there and then we'll figure out how to tuck it under there. And yeah, that should pretty much do it. Under here, we have it coming out still and I tucked all that stuff behind the carpet all the way through there. And yeah, it's coming along. Oh, nice, cut myself somewhere. Yeah, but it is so hot. Finally have it all dialed in. I have all the carpets back, all the plastics back, nice and clean. Don't mind the oil stain there. We're gonna get that taken care of one day. And there's another look at the install. Super OEM, super clean. Modernizing it, finally putting in a backup camera. The cable runs along here underneath the carpet, and then we'll meet it inside. Let's see right here. Pop this back here. See if I can get a decent angle on it. It goes underneath that chair, the rear seat, and then underneath there into that plastic, and then all along here into the door sill, wrapped up along there, and then tucked real nicely under there with some zip ties, and then into the head unit. So now that we have it completely wire tucked, ready to go, let's see if it works. So let's see if it actually works after I just did all the work to put it back together, have everything in. Let's go ahead, put that in there. Scoot the seat up a little bit. And let's put her in reverse. Bam, right there is perfect. Right at, I wanted to see the plastic diffuser in case I really need to inch up on something. because obviously that plastic diffuser is the thing that sticks out the most. And then we have the little lines that I'll have to work on those. But very good quality, even here in the shade and even right here in the sun. That's called dynamic range. Not a lot of cameras have that, so that's actually really nice. We'll have to play with these, like you said, at the Dynavin. But yeah, it's really good dynamic range. I can see what's happening in the shadows in case someone's walking over here. And if someone's obviously in the high bright sun, let me get that right. Then that way I could see them there too. So all in all, I'm very happy with it. You could probably tell I'm just disgustingly sweaty. It's really easy, especially once you follow these instructions. You know, it goes brown to yellow. You tap in with that red that comes right off the back of the Dynavin, and then you just run the line and just make sure it's on the outside of the seat belt, so that way you don't have to redo it like how I did. And then drill the hole in that black thing, snip off that little extra long one, you drill through that basically. Mount it up with that biggest wedge if you're going to use this exact camera, which I recommend so far. We'll see how it does, but like I said, it's pretty solid. Has like a black metal frame on it, and then does have good quality, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, after you run all those lines and everything, it's tapped in, plugged in, you're good to go. Now you have a backup camera in your 2013 Mustang that looks OEM but was not OEM, and is honestly probably better than the ones that they came out with during those years. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I covered it really well with a lot of the steps there. I tried my best, I really did, but it's so hot out here. But at least we got it done before Lake 2.0. So if you guys are gonna be up there, come say hi. I'll be there Friday and Saturday, so I hope to see some of you guys there. Just follow on the Instagram page and you'll see all their meets that are coming up. And I'll just be tapping into ones here and there, and hopefully we can meet up. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, then please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.